The Argive Iraean. Offerings came from Babylon, Syria, Iran, and Egypt. From all over the ancient world, people knew the Argive Iraean. The Argive Iraean was among the earliest and largest of monumental Greek temples. With its layer cake levels and many Doric columns, the Argive Iraean was considered a late 5th century gem and was perhaps the finest building for centuries. So they came with offerings for a different divinity, but with hopes and prayers like our own, for life, love, and peace. Imagine. In Homer's Iliad, ox-eyed Hera herself declares, "The 3 cities I love best are Argos, Sparta, and Mycenae of the broad streets." Euripides mentions the Argive Iraean in his Electra, and Pindar refers to these magic festival games that involved bronze prizes in the games of Era. Imagine, then as now Larissa, the famous citadel and home of Perseus the Gorgon slayer. In the distance the majestic mountain Artemisio, named after the goddess of nature herself. Then as now there were bees, cicadas, crisp yellow grasses, soaring hawks. There was stillness and the full weight of time cupped in the hands of a given day. When they came in procession, they came to a site that included 13 buildings and housed a gold and ivory cult statue of their marriage goddess and their queen of the gods. They came in procession, carrying her image, carrying the peplos woven for Hera every 4 years. Indeed, like Demeter, she possessed the characteristics of the pre-Greek great goddesses. Linked to her, the planet Venus, the wide-winged hawk and crane, also the peacock, panther, and lion, the cuckoo bird and iris flower, the oranges and the willow tree. Water and wine or mead were poured into natural openings. There was sacred music and dance. They danced for one who carried a scepter, a lotus-tipped staff, and wore a crown of flowers, for one who was identified by the pomegranate and wild marjoram, by the cow and the Milky Way. They danced for one who would initiate them in the marriage rites and the ways of women who would become wives, secret rites and rites of passage, rites that may have involved water. They feasted on the sacrificed ox or cow. They also ran. Women ran in 3 groups that represented mother, maiden, and crone. The victor was chosen to become a priestess of Argive Hera, a priestess who would serve for life, that ideal of family and marriage, and proclaim in the name of the divinity of that day the sacredness of what we know by different ways and means. As Pindar said, "May God grant us love for that which has splendor." Let us wonder then, as we remember the Argive Iraean, for its women who were protectors of women, marriage, and family, who were peacekeepers, peacemakers, for the skill, prowess, pride, excellence, valor, and nobility that were once attributes of Arete, for the past that forever calls to the future for its heroes to answer the moment at hand, and for the earth's great heart to beat in your feet as you run, as you win. The Argive Iraean, oldest city, ancient race, again, September 218.